Hello and welcome back to another Total Tank Simulator video, and today we're going to be discussing an exciting new update for Total Tank Simulator that was actually just announced today on Total Tank Simulator's Discord, their Twitter, and on Steam itself. So if you've missed it, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the update for TTS, and then we're going to go into the implications of that for Total Tank Simulator, particularly within the Shadow game mode and the Sandbox game mode. So for those of you who did happen to miss the post, they wrote, "Hey all, we've heard your feedback regarding orders before the battle and wanted to give you a behind the scenes peek at what we've been working on. Be sure to tune back later this week for more information." So I presume that later this week, maybe this weekend, they will be releasing more information about this new update. So I would suggest keeping a close eye on their community Discord, their Twitter, and their Steam if you want to see that information as it comes out. Now, what does this mean for Total Tank Simulator? What this means is that in the Sandbox game mode, before the game starts, you can actually select units, I imagine group them together, and actually tell them where to go or where to attack and to prioritize targets. Now, this is actually going to be a very, very big thing for the Sandbox game mode, and I imagine, I can't confirm or deny because obviously the update has just come out, the announcement rather has just come out. I don't know for certain whether or not this is going to be in the Shadow game mode as well. However, I believe it probably will be because it would make sense. But basically what this will allow you to do is have more complex and strategic battles, because as you probably well know if you're a fan of Total Tank Simulator, what happens at the minute is you place your armies either side and then they both just kind of go at it. And a lot of the time they don't really go at it in the way in which you'd expect or the way that you would want. So this effectively, this update for Total Tank Simulator is going to give you more control and allow you to have more exciting and basically give you more diversity in what you can do, particularly in the Sandbox game mode. And then hopefully that'll transfer over to the Shadow game mode, where you're then going to have more tactical engagements that are really going to be more difficult. So with that Total Tank Simulator community announcement, what they did is they released 3 individual screenshots to give us a little taster. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you into the Sandbox game mode and show you what the implications on your Sandbox experience might be as a result of this change. So what you'll see on screen now is the first of the 3 images, and obviously this is orders that you're giving before the battle starts. So what you can do here is you can select a group of tanks and you can tell them to attack, defend, flank, or flank right. Now, the reason that this is so interesting to me in particular is because I think this is going to really diversify the kind of gameplay you can get. So right now, what you're looking at is you're looking at some T-29s from the USA versus some Tigers on the other side from Germany. Now, this is on Dover Coast, the map. Now, previously, these tanks would just kind of go wherever they desired, but now what we can do is we can get these T-29s and we can funnel them down around the coast to come into a really cool engagement with these Tigers down here, and basically have a more tiered and staged battle that's just going to be more interesting when you're playing around with it in the Sandbox game mode. Now, say for example you're playing the campaign, you're playing Shadow game mode, presuming that these features are available in there also, which I imagine that they will be. Don't quote me on that, but I think that they will because it would make sense. Now imagine you're playing against a very heavily defensible enemy team and you're really struggling to get through and you're scared that you're going to lose your campaign because they've got a lot of factories and a lot of defenses and you just don't have the units to punch through their front line. Now the second image that will be on screen right now is demonstrating that you can be selective in your approach with what is being attacked by what. Now the implications of that are, once again, some more diverse gameplay within the Sandbox game mode in Total Tank Simulator. So what you can see here is you can see, actually, are these, yeah, okay, they are. I thought they were anti-tank guns for a second. I thought I'd ruined it, but these are upgraded artillery. Now what I could do here is with a much less offensive tank heavy troop, I could select these units here and tell them to attack the enemy airbase. Now what the benefit of this is it's like a yin and yang. It just throws more of a spanner into the works and means that you have to be more tactical and more strategic with your approach to Total Tank Simulator, because now you have to bear in mind that your factories at the back can actually be targeted rather than just having a light tank spawner at the back, which is basically a guaranteed win if you're playing as a USSR. So there's more at play here. There's more to think about, and this is an incredibly positive and good update. And I should really take a second to say thank you to the Total Tank Simulator development team and everyone who's working behind this, because it's very obvious to me that they are actually listening to the community, what the community wants, and they're responding to it, which is very, very promising for a game as young and as early as this, and it means that it's probably going to have a bright future ahead of it if they keep going in this direction. Now, the third and final image that's on screen now is just yet again another example of those battle orders being played out to take out the factories, and so what I wanted to do was I wanted to play the devil's advocate here and play the flip side. So imagine you've set down artillery that's going to specifically target and destroy one of the factories. Well, the opposition, you may be able to get their planes, like you're seeing these 3 planes here. They're then in the shadow game mode specifically going to target that artillery, and then maybe they'll put down some anti-aircraft guns specifically to take out these planes. What I think this update is going to mean for Total Tank Simulator is it's just going to mean that it's a more well-rounded, more strategic, more thought-provoking and difficult, challenging game to play, and I think it's a really positive update. Now, if you're familiar with my channel at all, you'll know that I've been absolutely loving Total Tank Simulator, and so there will be much more of this to come, and as soon as I hear anything else about this update for Total Tank Simulator, I will be the first to try and get something to you. So please also keep your eyes peeled for that, and if you want to see more of this on my channel, please also consider subscribing. But this is very good news. I'm very excited, and I think it's going to offer some really, really interesting options for me in particular with how I do my videos. I'm not sure if you've seen other videos on my channel, but I've been doing a lot of staged battles like Area 51, like a zombie invasion, or recreating movie scenes, and I love how creative I can be in this game, and I think this is going to add another element of creativity, particularly if I was recreating something like Fury, where I can specifically tell this tank to go in that direction, where I know it's going to be trapped, and then we're going to get a specific engagement round there. That's what's a little bit tricky about the sandbox game mode at the minute, is it's slightly constrictive, and doesn't allow you full flexibility to be as creative as I might like to be. So this is absolutely a step in the right direction. So once again, a big shout out to the Total Tank Simulator development team. This update looks incredibly cool, but that is going to be it for today's episode. So once again, if you haven't already checked out their post on this, please do consider checking out their Twitter, their Discord, and also their Steam post, because that's where you're going to get it from the mouth of the developer team, rather than my presumptions on it, if you will. But once again, if you haven't subscribed, please do consider, and please also leave a like on your way out, and I shall catch you again in the next Total Tank Simulator video.